Welcome again to Studio 14's Overton County Magazine. I'm your host, Jerry Stovall. Overton County Magazine is a show designed to bring our viewers a look at some of the interesting as well as informative people and events occurring in and around Overton County. Some of our stories are videotaped on location, while still others will be brought to you straight from Studio 14. So why don't we all sit back, relax, and thumb through this week's magazine. In this segment tonight, we thought we'd talk to a couple fellows with the local Lions Club. The Lions, to me, I've heard all my life. I know very little about it. I'm ashamed to say that, but I know very little about it, except for they do something with eyes. So tonight we have Reverend Bradshaw and also Raleigh Needham with us, who are, I think Raleigh is a charter member with the Lions Club, and find out a little bit about this. Let's start off with you. You're the oldest. You've been in it for a good while.
I guess I'm the old man. Well, we were chartered in 1953. We celebrated our 25th anniversary back in 1978. Of course, this year we'll be, 34 years old. Mm-hmm. Our charter night was held in the old Livingston grade school, where they're building the new grade school now, K4.
Oh, okay.
That's how far back we go for charter night.
Good golly. Well, when you started this, you had to have some aims. I mean, what were your aims to get started?
Well, we were interested in community betterment and development of we have contributed and sponsored Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and I think we brought back band at one time when our band had gone out right in 1950-something. We bought uniforms and got a high school band going again. I remember one time we outfitted with a hospital bed and equipment, a first aid room in the high school, in the old high school. Of course, they have a new one now, and I guess more good things than we bought at that time. But various things that we have done. Our main program in this county has really been site conservation, and when I say that, we have checked or tested the grade school eyes up until the education department started doing that. We'd use an orthorator and go to every school in the county, and that's back when they had more schools than we have now. Mm-hmm. We've bought, I don't know, I couldn't count the number of glasses. We have found kids in the schools at that time that were not making their grades, and parents could not buy glasses. So we have sent them to an ophthalmologist and bought glasses, and have helped a good deal, I'm sure, in areas there. Yeah. Of course, Reverend Bradshaw has been in the club since we have done a lot of those things, and knows very well about that.
Well, now, what about the eye transplants and cornea transplants?
We have secured eye wheels, and we are affiliated with the Middle Tennessee Lions Sight Service in Nashville, as well as the East Tennessee Lions Eye Bank at Erlanger in Chattanooga. I don't know how many eye wheels we have secured. Of course, now many donors use their driver's license as far as the wheel, and we're not pushed as hard for eye wheels as we used to be. There was something over 100 cornea transplants done through Lions work in the past year, which maybe one eye, and in some cases two. In our state conventions, we have had people come and visit that have had an eye transplant, an eye operation through our eye wheels from Lions Club. And they could not see at all before, and they come in, and it's very gratifying to hear them testify as to what it's meant to them to be able to see.
I'd say if they can't see any sight at all, it'd be a blessing, wouldn't it?
That's for sure. Another thing that that we're in District 12-0 in the Tennessee District of Lions International, and through White Cane donations, we call it White Cane Day, we contribute money to leader dogs for the blind, and a blind person can receive a leader dog at no cost at all to the person.
Okay, now do you work strictly in your county when you do this, or is this pretty well statewide?
Yes,
that you do it?
This is more or less through our local club. Now, any Lions club in District 12 in Tennessee can do the same thing. But I'm talking about our Overton County Club here.
Yeah.
But we do unite with other clubs
Sure.
to
say
this work.
put it
Yes.
put it in another area.
We're part of it.
We raise our own funds here though in the county for this program, for our own part of the program.
Okay, so you put it all together and collectively you get a seeing eye dog for someone.
Right.
Where the other clubs would also help you if you had a person that needed one in this county.
Yes.
That's right. Really the cost to the organization is about $2,600 for a dog and the 4 weeks training that the person that receives this dog. But they can go and receive that dog with free, no cost to them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say to someone that's blind, it's probably a lot of money.
We know of 2 or 3 people. We have not had one from our club, but we have from this district.
Okay, well, let's turn to you a minute and see how long have you been in the club now?
I've been in the club now for approximately 10 years now, 9 or 10 years now. I was originally in a club in Iowa, Lions Club in Iowa, where we came from. But I like Lionism, and I've always liked it and enjoyed the club and the fellowship. Being a member of a local club is just a great thing too.
Yeah, amazing.
Even the work, you know. We raise our funds mainly through well, as you see, light bulb sale. We canvass the community once a year, well, sometimes twice, depending on the need for funds. And through the advertisement, we go out then and get a good reception, and it's a lot of fun to work together and to meet people and to be received as well as we are, because these light bulb sales really go over well.
Yeah, you know, I believe I was under a misconception on that. Somebody was telling me recently that you sell them year-round.
Yes, we
Whereas
do.
I thought it was just a yearly drive that you made.
Well,
with
We go door to door once a year
Yes.
usually, but we do have a stock. And
But anybody can approach any of the Lions members
Yes,
and
we know where
get
to
the
get
light
them. In
bulb.
fact, you have them at your shop,
I have
and
several cases at my frame shop now.
and there's a supply out at UCEMC too.
Oh, they sell them for you out
Sell
there?
them out there, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if anybody would want to get some light bulbs, that's one
Right.
local source that they can go to.
And what profit we make goes into local funds that buy glasses or for our Lions Club projects.
Well, didn't he make a report at the last meeting that last year we furnished glasses for 26 people, furnished glasses alone
I believe that
for
was
26
right.
people during the past year.
Boy.
And it's gratifying. People come to us with needs and without finances, and it really is a great feeling to be able to help in that area. Because, like you say, eyes are a bad. I was glad when they came out with plastic lenses.
Yeah.
You know, mine were getting so heavy they were falling down. You know, and I can relate to that. But it is a great thing.
And the money that we use for that it's not tax money. It's money that men that care for someone else earn. That we get out and work for it.
Yeah.
We also have a booth at the county fair. Sell lion burgers.
Lion burgers.
Lion burgers, yes.
We call our hamburgers lion burgers.
Yeah, they are hamburgers, yes. You're not eating lion there. But we enjoy the fellowship we get there too, and it's a lot of work, but it's
sure.
it's really fun, and we get work done, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we deliver a quality product.
You
too.
bet we do.
Oh, no,
The
that's-
people enjoy what we do out there.
Yes.
Well, that's
We-
good when you
As-
get a good product
As
and
well as,
make some money while
as
you're at
That's
earn
it.
a little
right.
money
That's
for our
right.
projects.
Okay, you have your booth out there and you sell your bulbs. Is there any other money-raising activities that you have?
That's the main ones that we have used. At one time, we sold some fruitcakes for a club down at Red Balling Springs that couldn't get rid of theirs. But our fellow colleagues, the Civitan Club, sell fruitcakes, and we don't do that anymore. A lot of Lions clubs sell brooms, and we have a factory down at Nashville that's the brooms are made by blind people. But when our club was chartered, organized, we had a blind man that lived over in the edge of the county that made brooms, and he peddled them around town, and we would not take a broom sale
yeah.
because we
Yeah.
would not compete with him. He made his living selling brooms.
I do recall having one roadblock too one
Mhm.
year. The only one though.
White
That-
cane,
Yeah, a white cane roadblock. But,
But
we
we
decided
did-
it would be something.
Didn't have hardly enough money to support what we needed to. And another project is Lions International Foundation. It's funds that we contribute through our district, which we call 12O. In Tennessee, there's there's 5 districts now that start down at the west end at Memphis. They're 12L, and then I, and we're 12O and N, and
Oh,
then we formed another one on in East Tennessee to cut down the number of clubs. It's S, so we have 5 now. But through this LIF, which is Lions International Foundation,
what's that?
there's been lots of schools built in Central America and hospitals in India and other places. In fact, a few years ago when we had the tornado, there was some of the money spent here in Fentress County.
Oh, it was from the international.
Yeah, Lions.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's-
Just some of the things that we have through this international foundation. We have things in India and Paraguay, Australia, Germany, West Virginia. That's, that's closer to home.
Yeah.
Spain. But we help construct hospitals, construct blood banks, ophthalmological clinics, things like this throughout the world that under the Lions International Foundation that we support.
Okay, the eyes are your base item, but you do branch out into
Yes.
other areas.
Oh, yes. We believe in good government and boys and girls and all of the youth programs, as I mentioned a while ago, the scout programs.
In our club, and I guess in most clubs too, we have the wives of the Lions are active too. They help us in especially at the booth, at the fair work, and with other projects that we do. And we try to have them in for dinner every once in a while at a meeting, and
Oh yeah, I
enjoy
think
the
I've been
fellowship
up to the
and-
restaurant before when,
Yeah.
when
Yes.
it was Wives
We have
Night.
ladies' night.
Yeah.
We have clubs for Lionels, which are the women, and Leos, which are youth clubs that we
Oh, you do have some
have
youth
too.
clubs?
Leo clubs.
Mhm.
We don't have one here because the youth have been pretty well organized in Scouts and 4-H and other organizations. But in some of the larger towns, some of the Leo clubs are very active.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
metropolitan cities, I guess
Yes.
they would be. Okay, now what are your some of your bylaws or just generalization, that you have in the Lions Club?
You mean like ethics and objects, things like that?
Things of that nature.
Well, we just happen to have a
Just
book
happen-
along here, you know.
Objects would be
Just to-
well to read.
Yeah, the objects. I thought if you wouldn't mind, it's just a short one here,
Yeah.
and I'll just read it off
Go
to
right
you.
ahead.
The objects are to create and foster a spirit of understanding among the peoples of the world, to promote the principle of good government and good citizenship, to take an active interest in the civic, cultural, social, and moral welfare of the community, to unite the clubs in the bond of friendship, good fellowship, and mutual understanding, to provide a forum for the open discussion of all matters of public interest, provided, however, that partisan politics and sectarian religion shall not be debated by club members, to encourage service-minded men to serve their community without personal financial reward, and to encourage efficiency and promote high ethical standards in commerce, industry, professions, public works, and private endeavors. And those are the objects of Lionism, this club and all clubs throughout the world.
That's right.
I'll tell you,
And
that's good. You're civic-minded, and you almost have to be to do anything as far as a time-donating
yes, yes.
interest. It's just it's rough. Everybody's got, well, that's like me. I can always use the excuse. I've got my own business, and it takes all my time. But everybody's in the same predicament.
That's
I know.
right. That's right.
And it's a poor excuse.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah, I know
But
it's a poor excuse.
It's a very worthy and worthwhile organization, and one that you would do well to give your time to if you had a little bit of time to give to it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
We have over
that's a
a
thought.
1.25 million members internationally.
Okay, now if somebody was interested in getting into the Lions Club, what's the first thing that they would do? I know they'd have to, first of all, decide that they had time to give
Yes.
and get no reward for it, except the personal satisfaction, I'd say.
Just
Remember-
really be interested in community service.
Yeah. Serving the community through Lionism.
Contact any line and let some of their interests be known,
Yes.
and they'll get invited.
Because membership is by invitation.
we
Oh,
do
okay.
have room in our club now to add some members.
Okay, you do try to hold it down to a certain level. I guess it gets too big, really.
Well,
Yes.
That's when you
yes,
say, you were talking about one section broke off, or that is you separated it off and made a separate club out of it. I'd say that's when it gets actually too big.
You said there were 26 charter members, and that's
We have been up to, had held our membership to 35, but we'd like to have 25 all the time. We're right now just a little under 20,
Yeah.
maybe 19, I'm not sure.
Okay, so
But,
all somebody has to do is
Is
contact one of you all.
contact a member, and you'll see pictures, publicity pictures of happenings, and know who the members are through those in the local papers and on the television, and so it's not really that difficult, except just making the contact. Deciding the reason for this is because we want you to come to us, because we know that you are interested then. It's not like just going out and saying, hey, Jerry, you know,
Yeah.
I want you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
come on, now do this. It's more low-key, and we feel that the person making the overture really is interested in being a lion and would be a good lion.
I'd say by doing that, you cut down on the amount of excuses that you hear.
Yes. Oh, yes.
There's over 38,000 clubs now, and since World War II, I know in Japan and Germany, for instance, that we were not very friendly with at that time, as you well know from history, but there is Lions International has gone into that, and it's fostered more goodwill between mankind, I'd say, than any other club. In fact, we have had programs for outreach. We've had, what did we call it, the student exchange. Kids come and stay with members of our clubs, and we've sent some over. But we now have, I was reading this the other night, and I was going to, and there's in 160 nations and geographical locations now, as Lions International is in that many areas, where it was very limited back when, well, I guess Melvin Jones started it in Dallas about 2 or 3 years ago. That, he found a need for men to help people that were less fortunate than they, and it's grown from that.
Because of the objects and the ethics and the work of Lionism, it grew fast.
Yes.
Mushroomed.
Now, there's always people out there that do need it. I know sometimes it's got to be hard to weed out the real needy recipients of these particular things, but I'll tell you from what I can see, you all do a pretty good job. you raised the money, and of course, I didn't know there were so many areas that you actually tried to help. You know, I always heard of eyes, and that was
Yes.
it.
Well, this has been the main
Well, it's great
thrust
fun
of
and
the
good
work.
fellowship in the meetings.
Okay.
And enlightenment too. Have good programs at times,
Yeah.
and just really enjoy each other. We have a good club here. I can speak from, like I say, from another club and this one. The fellowship and the work it's really a good group.
We brought in the basketball teams and feed them a steak supper or something and have a speaker for
Win,
them.
lose, or draw.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They don't have to win. We bring them in any time.
Well, Jeff, now I want to talk to Mr. Needham. I'll tell you, my curiosity is up. You've got so many medals on here. Can you kind of explain to us what most of them are?
They're not campaign ribbons, but they've been in the club for a long time. I don't know if some of these are convention pins that we get at state conventions, and there is, if you have a year's attendance without missing a meeting, you get a 100% attendance pin.
Okay.
And some of this junk on my head is, well, this is a master key. That's for sponsoring 12 members in the club or more. And some of these are offices I have held, whether zone chairman or deputy district governor. And perfect attendance pin.
Well, you got a few of those, don't you?
And if you do a good job, the district governor, international president will give you a 100% president or secretary's pin. So that's just different offices that we've held in the club.
Raleigh is probably one of the best examples of a good lion that you could have here.
He sure has the medals to prove it.
Well, when you get one, I've got right close to 30 years perfect attendance, I guess. 25,
Oh, no
so
kidding.
that's-
That's hard to
It is
imagine.
great, isn't it?
For some
One of these
these.
years, I'm going to get a perfect attendance period for a year. You can make up attendance at other clubs too if you
Yeah,
miss one.
within a week's time.
yeah.
if you-
Well, gentlemen, I believe you all could talk about this all night, but I think our time's coming close to
Must
an end.
have.
And I've enjoyed having you with us tonight. I hope that we've enlightened a few people out there, and maybe they've got a little deeper respect and insight into what the Lions Clubs actually do. I know I do. It's like I say, I hate to say I was ignorant about what you all do, but I was. And so if anybody has a real burning desire to work with the Lions, try to contact a member. Definitely get out and buy the light bulbs. I know I've bought quite a few of them in the past, and there's not a thing wrong with them. And see if you can help support these fellas. This is for your information. The ancient Chinese paid their doctors for keeping them well. They stopped paying if they became sick. I would like to thank everyone for watching tonight. We hope that you have enjoyed our magazine, and be sure and tune us in next time. We would also like to invite you to send us your comments and ideas for future shows. This is Jerry Stovall saying thank you and good night.